Hi, friend. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. I'm Clarissa C, or simply Clarissa, and that was a really good workout that I just had. Um, I'm geeked because obviously, as we know, I'm chasing my first pull up, and I got it 3 times. The first 2 times, though, I did not catch it on camera. The first time, the camera was not recording, and I thought that I pressed record. But what I did was I did press the record button, but I turned the recording off. So it's already recording. And then when I pressed the button, I stopped recording. I was livid, like literally hurt. Second time, it was recording, but the camera was faced in the wrong direction. Oh my God. So today when I got to the gym, it was so bad. Like, I was like, I really want to catch this on camera. Yesterday, which was a rest day, I was contemplating on going to the gym just to record it because I don't have a pull-up bar at my house, which is actually something that I might actually invest in. I think I found one that you can just put over your door frame that doesn't mess up your door frame. I think it was on a flash sale for $40 on Amazon. So I might get it. I'm not entirely sure yet. But I think it would be a good addition for the days that I can't get to the gym. Anyway, that's beside the point. So today when I got to the gym, the first thing I did was attempt a pull-up, an unassisted pull-up, and I got it. I got 2, and I got it on camera, and I'm gonna insert it right here. Anyhow, so let's move on. Let's talk books. I am currently reading Legendborn. And I think I've mentioned this before. This is the second time that I'm reading it. The first time I read it on audio, and I kept missing parts. So I don't remember much of the book. And it really shows because I'm reading this book right now and I'm having a great time reading it. I'm about 40% of the way into it. And I'm like, I don't remember any of this. The thing that's good about listening to it on audio, though, is that you have a firm understanding of what certain beings are, how you pronounce certain beings. So there's one in particular, it's spelled UCHEL. And I think they give you, when I was reading it, they gave you a description right after the word to show you how it was supposed to be said, how it's supposed to be pronounced. And it's actually not uchel, it's like ickle or something like that. So listening to on audio is definitely good for that, but it's so many details within the world building that it makes it difficult. Sometimes it can be difficult to keep up with it, especially because you're like, wait, what did I just miss? So now you're recording, you're rewinding all the time. So I was initially listening to this time around, listening to it as well as reading it, but then my library, my Libby audiobook expired, and it was going to be like 2 weeks before I could listen to it again. So I was just like, forget it, I'm just going to read it only. And because I purchased Legendborn a while back, so I'm reading it. It's really good. I chose it because one, I wanted to move into fantasy. I haven't been reading much fantasy, and I want to read fantasy. I really enjoy fantasy, and whenever I want to read fantasy and I don't feel like really thinking, what I'll do is I'll revert to reading Harry Potter. I didn't want to do that this time, so I was like, let me actually pick up Legendborn. I have had it for so long, so let me just read it, and I'm really enjoying it. The second book, Bloodmarked, was just released to me this morning on Libby. Of course, once again, Libby wants to release all of my holds at the same time. And they're all been, I put the holds in at all different times. It shows you the date and everything. For a matter of fact, I'm going to put in, I'm going to show you like a screen recording of like the different dates and stuff that I put it in and when it was released. So the new thing that they do within Libby is they'll send it to you and they'll like release it to you, and you can either borrow it or suspend the hold. And when you suspend the hold, you keep your place in line. But so when you're ready for it, you just hit that you to unsuspend it, and it'll either release to you immediately or it'll say available soon. So that's like within like a day or two. And that's not terrible. So when I finish this Legendborn, which I probably will finish within the next couple of days, um, I'm gonna go into Bloodmarked. I was initially not going to do that. I was going to go into a different book. But now that I have that, I think I want to go into Bloodmarked because this book is really good. It just takes a little longer to read these books than it does to read like romance or contemporary fiction. There is a contemporary fiction that I do want to read called The Names, but I'm not going to read that until next month, as well as Perfect Peace by Daniel Black. I was supposed to buddy read that with my friend, but I'm not entirely sure if I'm going to do that or not because that book is kind of heavy, and you know, life be lifing, so you don't be wanting to read a book that's heavy when life is lifing for you, okay? But The Cursed Daughters, I've been wanting to read this book, but I wasn't in the mood for it. And then I was like, but I wanted to read it, but I just wasn't in the mood for it. So I was like, all right, let me just wait. But my friend, one of my other friends, is reading it right now, and she's like, it's really good, so I want to read that. Then I have like other books that are just 100 weeks long of a wait. Okay. But I am enjoying my reading journey right now. I've been reading Legendborn while I walk on a treadmill, or if I am sitting in the car waiting for something, or when my daughter's asleep for her nap, if I don't have to do work for my job. So I'm actually having a really good time with these books. Anyhow, I am really excited about what I accomplished so far. I do feel like to go back to fitness. Um, I want today when I had assisted pull-ups on the docket for today as well. As I do something for my lats and all the things for every workout, because it's a full body every workout. And today when I was doing assisted pull-ups, I put the assistance down some. So it went from 30 pounds to 20. I think I put it on 20 because there was no 25. I don't know why there was no 25. Or maybe I just didn't know how to put it on 25. I don't know. Anyhow, I put it on for 20. Excuse me. And I have 4 sets of 6. And I did the first 3 sets. I mean, with like the last rep being like really hard for me to like pull up, or challenging, I should say, for me to pull up, but I still got it. And then the last set, the fourth set, I got 4. And then that fifth and sixth rep, I was like, all right, I'm gonna have to put it back down to 30. And then I put it with the assistance down back up to 30. And I did like 4 more reps just to kind of like um challenge myself some. But I feel it's so crazy because I feel so much stronger already. Like I even doing hanging leg raises, my grip strength and the way that I feel holding on to like pull my legs up and all the things doesn't feel as challenging as it did before. So I know that I'm going to be able to move with, even with the hanging leg raises, I'm going to be able to move towards progress towards doing hanging leg raises with like a kettlebell on my feet or something like that. So that's good. And also just adding the kettlebells back into my routine has been very helpful, because even when it's like a upper body more focused, like a full body, I do full body every day, every time I go to the gym. However, there are some days that are a little more heavily focused on upper body and a little more focused on lower body, but it's still full body regardless. The thing about kettlebells is that when you are working out with kettlebells, doing kettlebell specific movements, it somehow always incorporates your entire body. So like if I was doing a kettlebell clean, dead clean from the floor up, I'm activating my my core, my lats, my shoulders, my grip strength, um my hamstrings, my glutes, all of that. But it's still it's I put it in specifically for lat strength. However, it's a power movement as well. So it's just I just enjoy that aspect of it because it gives me that that ability to work out a bunch of things at once without like overtraining. And it also, I don't have to be in the gym for 300 years. I even with the hip thrust, like I'm glad that we have a hip thrust machine in the gym. I didn't know that it was there at first. So I used to avoid hip thrusts because I don't like the setup. But even when I was doing that today, I realized I was like, wait a minute, I think this is too light for me. So the next workout, which I think is on Monday, because what's today? Oh, it's Sunday. It's still gonna be Monday. Monday, and I go to the gym. If the snow doesn't take over and I can't get to the gym, I hope I do. I hope I'll be able to get to the gym. But if I'm not able to get to the gym on Monday, if I have I think I have single leg hip thrust. I'm going to have to make sure that I increase the load if it's too light, rather than trying to see if it fatigue, if my like leaving it and seeing if I fatigue or not. Um, Also, I forgot that quick. First of all, it's hot. I'm hot in this car right now, okay? I am hot. Oh, so I did, because I've been also wanting to strengthen my glutes, because glutes play a huge part in core and just like overall strength. Like I don't think people realize how like women especially want to like do glute workouts, but that's mostly because women want bigger glutes. But there's so much benefits to having strong glutes. Like you'll have less lower back pain. Your core will be overall stronger. You'll probably have for some people you have less knee pain and all the things. It's so intricate. Like I can't even like get into all of that. However, um, I did the adductor machine today because I was supposed to have deficit reverse lunges, but there were people in the area, like in every area that I would be able to do it. Like it was too crowded, so I was just like, you know what, I'm just gonna use this machine. And I'm not usually the type that uses machines. I don't really care to use machines all like that, but I did it today. When I tell you my glutes were on fire, I said, okay, I have to start incorporating these back into my program because There's no way that I did. So essentially I did 24 reps straight. So like I did 3 sets of 12 leaning forward, and 12 leaning backwards. That's 1 set. So I did that 3 times. So it's 24 reps. And my glutes was on fire, but I felt so good afterwards. Anyhow, I'm super excited about my progress. I am very much enjoying everything that I'm reading right now, which is great because before, for like two weeks ago, I was not enjoying reading. I was, well, not that I wasn't enjoying reading. I wasn't enjoying what I was reading. I did just finish a novella. It was a Valentine's novella, just to read it, just to give myself a little palate cleanser in between books, which was by Lauren Lacey. I like her writing. It was cute. Thanks for hanging out with me, friend. Thanks for listening to me rant and chat about my books per usual. And if this is your vibe, subscribe and join the tribe. And I'll see you in the next one. Also, leave in the comment section what you're reading and what your fitness journey is looking like. I'd love to chat and I'd love to encourage and support. All right, later.